In this video, we're going to be working on this flyer design. I will show you how I designed this in a fast and swift explainer video, showing you all the steps I took and everything I did to achieve this. However, the full video will be coming tomorrow, and that one is very detailed. So stick around and subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss that full video. Now we are done with that. Like this video and let us get started. Of course, I started with creating a new document. 2500 by 2500 is the document size I used, and then I started placing the rest of the details I need. I had to make things easy for me by dragging and dropping details from the previous designs that look alike, and then I had already typed out these design details in a particular area, so I started working on them individually, placing all the text where I wanted them to be at first, or basically not where I wanted them to be, but in the design itself. When we're done with that, I will start arranging. So the first step is, first of all, start a new document. Secondly, place all the elements that you want to use in design that does not require color, that is like text or shapes that you have to draw, and then start placing and working on the background. From here, you can now choose the colors you want to use for your design. So in this case, I had to start with no colors, and then we went on to change the logo color to white. As you can see, it's up there in the center. And then I started working on the rest of the elements. First of all, started with the Singapore, and this is a signature style I use for this brand. I've used it for a very long time for them, and it has always continued for them. I have not used it, or I'm not using it for any other brand really. So I continued this signature style for them, reducing the fill opacity for this text so that you can see what is beyond the text. You can see the image behind the text and still be able to see the effects I made on it. In the full video, I will explain this better. So when I was done with that, I looked at it, I felt it was nice, made a few more adjustments. There are a lot of back and forth that go in on this, but when I was satisfied, I said, okay, here we go. I moved on to the next and added a shadow to group tour and made it a little bit italicized, or italicized it. I think that should be the right language to use there, and placed it underneath Singapore at the down right. Then I created shapes using rounded edge rectangles, and these shapes will house the other pictures I will use in this design. Pictures that will highlight areas in Singapore, or more beautiful things that they are to expect or look out for in Singapore, like their food, their delicacy, their locations, places that you might go. Imagine seeing this in the flyer, and at the end of the day, you end up being actually in this place. You will really be elated. I think that's the word. And so I placed them, even this very popular in-house fountain that is found, I think, in nowhere else but Singapore. I also placed it there, and then I went ahead to give a rounded edge stroke to the rounded rectangle, give a shadow to it, and multiply that same layer effect to everything. And then I created a blending mode for it, that it blends in with the rest of the images or the background itself. So when you're looking at them on, you can see that they are blending. So I'm now distributing these blending adjustments, this adjustment to the rest of the images. So when I was done with that, I looked at it and I saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning, that became the second day. No, I'm just kidding. This was all done in one day. And I just skidded off into quoting some Bible verses there. All right. I lifted a date that I have used before, just changed it and placed it there, changed the color to white, since that is the only thing that makes sense now aside blue. So I changed it there, and I continued with the rest of the design, changed the whole color of every other text I have written down to white, and gradually started revealing them one after the other. What I do is, whenever or whichever one I'm ready to work on, I turn it on or turn the visibility on, so that you not start thinking something else. Who is turning who on? Well, when I turn the visibility on, I start working on it. Now I can't get this off my mind. We all need to repent. All right, back to what we are talking about. I had to make sure that everything is well placed, right, and visible as well. If there is need to adjust, I have to adjust it. And then I place bullet points along the sides so that everything will be pointed out, and whoever is reading it will know where each point starts and where each point ends. As you can see, it all happened like magic, that everything appeared all once. I did not cut that video. Although it's fast on the speed of the video, it's actually done very swiftly, and I will explain it fully in my next video. I promise you, that video is the bomb. Make sure you don't miss it. It is where you will see all the back and forths and tricks and everything I did in this design uncut. Well, when we're done with that, I found out that okay, the area or the positioning of the images and the inclusion tab is not right, so I had to swap them, and we went back to how it used to be in the previous designs. The inclusions or the packages included is always on the left, while the images is always usually on the right, and the price is always usually in this area that I am placing it now. So we'll find out that we've ended up duplicating or repeating the same style of design for the same brand, which is actually right. It is the right thing to do, so that when people see the designs, they don't need to ask who is providing this service again. For instance, if you see an MTN poster, you will know that this is an MTN poster design. Although all their designs will look different, probably in the human beings or the images or in the text used, you know that everything still boils back to MTN. So you don't need to look for their logo or ask who is offering this service to know that it is an MTN design or service being offered. So that is the same thing here. To make all the designs look similar, but in the same way, make sure that they all stand out unique from each other, so that you will not say, I thought this was that other design I saw last year or day before yesterday, something like that. You know it's a different design, but you know that oh this one is different. Which one is this company working on now? You get the point, right? So that's what we are trying to achieve here. So I am placing the rates now. In this case, usually in most cases, the rates is just a single or two price range. But this time around, we have a whooping 4 for sharing, for single, for children with bed and children without bed. And of course, this is a group tour. To the best of my knowledge, this is the first time they are doing this group tour. I've done a lot of designs for this brand since 2018, so I can't really remember all their offers and tours and all that now. I have been working with them from nearly, I think, the inception of the whole thing. So I made the logo for them, and we've been working together since. He has been a very good client, of course, and I would always want to work with people like him. So therefore we continue, and I placed this little effect in the rates box, and made it transparent, hit this square, and achieved this little effect that, as you can see, it is just there. It is not the square working now. I had to cut out that shape from the big rectangle or big curved rectangle, and it's just some of these effects that make your design stand out and make your design look like your design. Let it not look like you stole it from somewhere, or you are not creative in your own. You depend on what other people do. So when I was done with that part, I went ahead to work on the visa area as well. As you can see, the line is quite longer than that of the rates, so I had to adjust things to make them all fit, because I'm going to put them all in the same area. Now this visa area is not new, it's kind of a repetition of what is in the inclusion, but more like for emphasis, to like tell people that, okay, she have told you all that you people need to know about your inclusion and you forgot. Make sure you don't forget that your rates will cover your visa, it will cover your accommodation and the rest. I guess that's why that was emphasized on there. So I was done with that, and I went on to, I think, adjust the background of the date. I had to use green there because of those little green palm trees. But if I go with the green as dark as that palm tree, it will not look nice in the design. So I had to go with that green over there. And I placed the next detail, which indicates the accommodation where the tourists will find themselves. And then I also placed the contact details, arranged it where and how it should be, to fit the design. Placed the Instagram icon, the Gmail icon, the WhatsApp and everything icons, gave them a uniform color just to blend in and match with the rest of the whole design. And then I went back to the accommodation tab or column and reworked it, changed the color to match the color I used as the background of the inclusion. And I can't really remember if that was what I was settled for. I don't think I settled for it. I had to go back to the other blue and leave just the inclusion with that color. As you can see, that's the only place that color appeared, apart from the top of that ship or building or something in the background. You can look at the top, there is this blend of purple blue light. That's where I drew inspiration from there. So I placed the footnotes that is also general in the design, powered by Helen Homes and Travels, Lottery Redefined. I placed it there. This is in nearly all their designs. When I was done with that, I changed it to a single layer, converted it to Smart Object, and went on to Camera Raw to make the final effects, to make the design look special, to make the colors look deep and nice, adjusting contrast, working with the tonal curve, adding some sharpen and noise reduction, and at the end we had this. So guys, we have come to the end of this, and I have been talking non-stop from the first minute till now, and I think you should give me a like on this video for the efforts, and let us come back tomorrow for the rest of the full video concerning this design. So while I wait for you, see you tomorrow, and have a lovely day. Goodbye.